Hello everybody, Luke back once again, this time to break down everything we know about Sega and it's reportedly being up for sale. Now this is some early gaming rumors that have been flooding the market, but there are a lot behind it that's very credible. So we're going to be breaking down everything we know about these reports that Sega is up for sale and that Sony is reportedly one of the companies interested in buying Sega, which is quite the turn of fate. Not that long ago, Sega and Sony were arch rivals as the Dreamcast and the PlayStation fought it out. Sega was once one of the largest video game companies in the world, not just manufacturing hardware, but also in developing games, until they got out hardware and have slowly gotten out of more and more segments of game development. Now, Sega is really struggling in recent years. Money has been tight, market has been shrinking, and they actually have been losing money recently. This has made Sega an interesting target for acquisition for many companies. We're going to be breaking down everything we know about this and letting you know what could possibly be with maybe a possible Sony-Sega merger in the world of video games. But first, if you're new here, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy us as we grow this brand new gaming channel I'm launching, where we break down some of the biggest news stories in the world of gaming and we break down what you can expect from new video games coming onto the market, reviews, and more. So do us a big favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, help us grow. We'll really appreciate it. All right, so I've been a business owner for many years. I've bought and sold many businesses and different things out there. And I'm hoping I can bring some business views to this story too, because Sega is really struggling as a business company. Back in November 2020, Sega asked 650 of its 9,051 employees to take basically a severance package and voluntarily leave the company. The executives also announced that they would take a pay cut, reportedly as much as 30% of their salary, and announced that Sega would no longer be giving bonuses, at least for now, to their employees as they struggled to deal with the growth and the issues related to their current financial circumstances. Sega has seen a decline in sales, and they even sold their arcade business recently to try to offset their $22 million US dollar loss in the first quarter of 2020 alone. Now, this has continued as the pandemic worsens and Sega struggles to get games on the market. So why is Sega looking to struggle? So they've lost some money, not unusual for video game companies. Often video game companies will lose money in between major releases and then make it with major releases. Well, Sega has had a long slide recently of titles not performing the way they want them to, resulting in continued decrease in revenue. And this has made them an interesting target for companies looking to buy into the video game market, or maybe like Sony, expand their video game market. Sony's interest in buying Sega probably has a lot to do with Microsoft. Microsoft has recently been on a buying spree trying to pick up a lot of game companies out there to help bolster Microsoft exclusive video game titles. Problem with that for Sony is they need to make sure that they are not going to be left out, where many of the main big games from different companies are suddenly Microsoft exclusives on the Xbox and PC. Sony wants to make sure the PlayStation has a good lineup of relevant PlayStation exclusive titles to make sure that they don't get outmaneuvered by Microsoft, who is going after what many people have said for a long time: games. You can have the greatest hardware in the world, you're going to have something fun and interesting, but if your games aren't good, people are not going to be buying your system. And similar to how Grand Theft Auto 3 really helped sell the original PlayStation, along with the games like Final Fantasy 7 and more, you really do need that big game. Now, while Sega has struggled, Sega is still a massive player in the world of video game development, and Sony, amongst others, are hoping that that will continue to help them grow. Sega may also be looking around and saying, of all the times right now, this may be the moment where we can maybe get the best price for our company. If we wait too much longer, we continue to decline, we may not be able to get the premium price we want for Sega. On the flip side, they are running the risk of maybe a hostile takeover. Sega is a publicly traded company, and it does run the risk that Sega could someday face a situation where their competitors buy enough of their stock to put some of their own people on your board of directors. This is often referred to as a hostile takeover. And yes, I know that there are many people out there saying, well, that's a very overly simplified version of how hostile takeovers work. That's okay. I'm not here to explain hostile takeovers. But Sega, with the continuing loss of profit, could become a target for a hostile takeover where a company comes and says, hey, guess what? You don't want to sell to us. We're just going to buy up enough of your stock so we can put our own members of our company on your board of directors and help influence your decisions. This is a story as old as time where companies come in, they buy stock, they replace the board of directors, so the board of directors will vote in the way they want and maybe even get a better deal on a potential merger. And that's always the danger when you go public. When you take investors, even if you're not really a publicly traded company, but you take investors, you sell some of your control. And when things go south, you create a position where you could be bought out. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Sony really doesn't want to find Microsoft owning every major game developer out there and where they're all suddenly becoming Xbox exclusives. So Sony may be looking at Sega as a way to try to bolster their already pretty large group of first-party and third-party developers who create PlayStation exclusive video games. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out in the weeks and months to come. What do you think? Should Sega sell? Should Sony buy them? Is there somebody else you would like to buy Sega? Leave me a comment. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. But it's very clear that Sega is in trouble, though they've been here before. Nintendo's been here before. Pretty much, I think every major video game company always has a period where they're in trouble. The question is, do you sell? Do you fold? Or do you develop your way out? You know, one big game release can be completely changing for Sega. A game that really hits a home run and is a massive hit can float a company for a very long time. Does Sega have a game like that in the works? You leave me a comment. Let me know what you think would be Sega's savior, much like how Final Fantasy saved Square Enix and kept them around. All right, everybody, that's the video for today. I really appreciate your support as we grow this brand new YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, and hopefully we can help you learn something new about the world around you. Thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. We'll be back with another video real soon.